I've never done it before. Logos are up. Chew your fucking mint.
I'm trying to chew my mint.
First episode of the year, and people are going to get congratulated for tuning back in, spending yet another year with us by hearing you chewing your mint.
Icebreakers. Can't get enough of that sweet icebreakers. Isn't that their slogan?
No.
Well, but the good news is we don't have to hear too much of me chewing on ice breakers because we got the Who Would Win Tournament of Champions 2024.
Champions, baby.
It's once again the first episode of the year. So this is just the start. You know, we'll be rolling down on there. It's a little different than the previous 2 years. Yeah, than the whiteboard for sure. It's still sitting in the closet. Poor guy. Poor guy doesn't even know his job's been taken yet. He's just
he's just waiting for he's like any day now.
Yeah, he's like, oh man,
any day now they're coming for me. Yeah.
But so there's everything that's been input on here
bracketized.
Is random. It's randomly bracketized. We got a bunch of second round buys, but honestly, looking through those, I'm not too mad. Like, you know, Jar Jar Binks automatically being in that next round, I think that's great. But we'll get into it. This is one of those things we never know how long the tournament's going to take. This episode could be 35 minutes long. It could be 90 minutes long. I hope it's not, because I'm honestly just thankful we didn't have to think of a matchup today.
Yeah.
But we got this. Got some a list of rejected Who Would Wins that we're gonna go through a little later. But let's get right into this. First matchup, Matthew. Medea versus last week's winner, Applebee's. Applebee's, the final winner of 2023, going up against Medea. You said that this was going to be very easy the second you came in.
This is an easy fight.
And?
It's Applebee's.
Whoa! Okay. Wow. And
can I be honest with you?
Yeah, of course.
Was I on the episode where we did Medea? Because I have no clue who Medea is.
Medea. Tyler Perry's Medea.
Was that the one episode I've ever missed?
I don't think so.
Do they have a power?
I don't think so. I honestly, that's possible, but I don't think so. But, you know, Medea, she's gone to jail. Medea, Tyler Perry's Medea, dude.
Somebody fact check if this was the one episode that I wasn't on, because if it was an episode I was on, I'm concerned.
But so you have no idea who Medea is?
I know Tyler Perry's House of Pain.
Okay, but you don't know the character of Medea.
No.
You've never heard of her.
No.
Hello, that's Medea. You have no idea.
No.
One of the largest cultural characters in the last 20 years, I would say, without a doubt. I mean, not necessarily for white people, I guess, but like in general in pop culture, you have no idea who Medea is.
No.
That's fucking really weird. That's crazy.
Like I've seen her, but I don't know who she is. I wouldn't have known her name was Medea.
Well, it's Tyler Perry in a dress,
dude,
and he plays this old woman, and she
goes, she
doesn't take no crap.
The episode that you and Bauer did.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. But I really don't remember. But you're taking
would have been like one of the first episodes of the year.
It beats me,
dude. I gotta fact check this. I'm taking Applebee's, and I'll tell you why though. While I fact check this, it doesn't matter to me who you are. I said it last week.
Yeah.
One, you couldn't possibly eat all the way through the Applebee's menu if you were trying to defeat Applebee's.
Okay,
you would have to take on all courses.
See, this is why I wish you knew who Medea was, because I feel the one person who could get through the Applebee's.
I know she's
challenge.
Larger.
Yeah, she's larger.
But I'm telling you,
sure.
no human.
I think that's one of the movies.
No human can do it. And also,
she's not human. She's Medea.
The penne.
That three cheese
penne with the chicken, and it comes with like pico de gallo on it for some reason.
Yeah.
Nobody can defeat that.
You're telling me Medea couldn't take that bad boy down?
No. She would be, again, she wouldn't make it. She'd be just squirting her brains out.
Well, that's where you're kind of getting me on this, is because Medea, she is a little bit of an older woman.
Yeah.
And she is gonna. Okay, how about this? Listen to this though. Old people poop their pants all the time. That's why they make adult diapers. So Medea might not be as affected by the shitting her brains out as most people would be.
I'm pretty sure this was the week that I wasn't here.
Who did she fight originally?
Mrs. Doubtfire, maybe?
Oh yeah, that is Mrs. Doubtfire. That's a great matchup.
Yeah, I think this was the 1 week I wasn't here.
Oh man,
that makes so much. Dude, I had to fact check that because I was nervous.
Yeah.
Like there's no way I did a Who Would Win the Week of somebody that I'm saying I don't know.
That's funny.
You know, I say I don't know people all the time, but that's why I'm taking Applebee's.
All right.
I don't. I mean, no, Andy.
No, I'm changing my tune. I'm siding with you for Applebee's here.
Yeah.
But I'm certainly interested to see how far Applebee's pooping, power can actually take it in this tournament. All right, Applebee's is moving on. Buddy the Elf versus Charlie Sheen. Where are we going here? Buddy the Elf, I feel like if Charlie Sheen came around talking about tiger blood, Buddy the Elf would be like, can I put that on spaghetti? Like, what is tiger blood? Is that some kind of jelly thing or something like that? Is that like a caramel sauce or something? But no, it's real tiger blood. Both kind of insane.
Sorry, but I did confirm that it was in fact the episode. It was the day that episode came out, the day after the FAA shut us down.
Wow,
yeah,
that's wild.
Buddy the Elf versus Charlie Sheen. I'm gonna take. Oh, this is a heavyweight first round matchup.
It's kind of tough, but Charlie Sheen. You know what? I think I'm gonna take.
Did you agree with my Applebee's take? Be honest with me.
Yes, I did. That's why Applebee's moved on. Sure. I think I'm going to take Charlie Sheen here.
Yeah, I could take Charlie
because Sheen. I feel like...
And the next round matchup is hysterical.
That's going to be a great one. That's going to be a great one. But I do think that Buddy the Elf, he's coming up. Hi, sir. How's your day going? Oh, my gosh. How you doing? Dude. And Charlie Sheen's like, bam, popped right in the face.
I'm looking too far ahead.
Yeah, stop looking too far ahead, dude. You can't worry about that.
What that matchup would be.
I know.
I agree. I'll take Charlie Sheen.
A lot of great stuff. But Charlie Sheen definitely. Okay. Ba-dink. Damn, I'm so excited that we've got the pictures up there. Okay, now.
He didn't go. Oh, he's got to fight Bill and Ted.
Oh, what the fuck? No, see, that's just the program messing up. I want to apologize to everybody real quick. Here, I'll fix it. Don't worry. Talk amongst yourselves.
Select participant.
I know. I'm working on it. It takes... All right, don't worry about that right now. Well, do me a favor and give your thoughts on Applebee's versus Mr. Krabs, because, okay, here we go.
Technical difficulties with the bracket.
No, I'm not good at brackets, and I knew this would be a problem, but it's no big deal. Okay, there, that's fixed.
Okay,
and then I'll move Charlie Sheen here.
Okay.
Bing, bang, boom. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, but no promises, folks. I'm pretty bad at most.
Now we should be good because now the winner will advance.
Right.
That one's a little different because you have to put the winner there.
Yeah, it seems a little strange. But okay, so we're back with Applebee's. Applebee's versus Mr. Krabs. Now, seafood is the food that makes people shit the most. How is that going to affect Mr. Krabs? I mean, he is a crab. They're kind of they're bottom feeder type guys. They're eating a bunch of debris. They're used to crap.
That's
Applebee's.
Mr.
Dude.
Krabs beats Applebee's. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
2 for $20. Mr. Krabs.
Wow.
Mr. Krabs likes to save where he can.
Right.
He can easily take down Applebee's, knowing that,
Oh, I love that angle.
It's financially responsible.
I love that angle, making it, turning into a financial competition, because you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That is the number one thing we know about Mr. Krabs. That's his defining trait. Okay, hopefully this goes the right
Let's see, Senior
now.
Krabs.
Okay, perfect. Now, this one I love. Will Hunting versus Bill and Ted. I love this matchup because Will Hunting, we a lot of times when we talk about the who would win, we do talk about the mental aspect. It's not just physical, but like who's going to come in, be able to put their opponent's brain in a pretzel, and then maybe be able to overpower them physically after they're kind of confused. Good Will Hunting is a guy where his mental jujitsu, it's like he's trained to use it on multiple people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like typically most folks who have this sort of Good Will Hunting-esque skill set are like, one-on-one, sure, they can fucking flip a guy around, turn it, reverse it, whatever. But him going against Bill and Ted, I mean,
Bill and Ted have no chance.
They don't, not even a
also
little.
Physically, Will Hunting would probably beat the piss out of him because he's from Southie.
That's
That's
true.
what the boys do down there in Southie.
100%.
They just pull the car over mid-cheeseburger, and they just get out and they start banging bodies.
Will's taking them down no matter what. And God bless those boys.
Yeah.
God bless them.
They're going to be so confused and in so much pain.
Yes, but Will is taking them down. And Will.
Do you know how fucking easy this is for me?
God, I'm having a lot of fun looking at the pictures. Folks, we did it. We made it through another holiday season, all right? So why not take a break? Why not relax a little bit? Why not get some things off your plate? And instead of rushing out to the grocery store trying to get all these errands done, just use Instacart. Because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but you can actually also get some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. All right, so no more waiting in those long grocery store lines. No more trying to navigate that parking lot. No more wandering through the aisles. Oh, where's this thing? Where's that? Oh, can anybody help me? No, because nobody works here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, forget all that. Okay, you don't need it anymore because now you've got Instacart in your life. And the best part is right now, 2 in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do is spend $10 and Instacart will deliver whatever it is you're looking for. No delivery fee. Boom, right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description and start making things a little easier on yourself by using Instacart today. Folks, a great way to support the show is to actually do something nice for yourself and check out all the great merch we have got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeves, all the great clothing. Okay, and also top quality, by the way. This is not that, Gildan brand or whatever. We would not cheap out on you in this instance, especially when it comes to those t-shirts, baby, because I love the tri-blend material, all right? It's Target quality. Where else are you getting that? The answer is nowhere except at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. We've got all kinds of stuff on there, not just for this show, but also for Schemin' and Dreamin' and Quested, the other 2 podcasts that we produce right here. And, of course, there's all kinds of really great accessories, pint glasses, bucket hats, slides, notebooks, fanny packs, all kinds of great stuff that you are looking for. So just hit the link in this episode description. Go check it out for yourself. Again, that's snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Folks, if you haven't yet, don't forget to check out the all-new Patreon page. It's patreon.com/snackspot. Link is obviously going to be in this episode description as well as in our Instagram bio at 2 in the Cooler. Right now, we've got the Captions On podcast up there where we're going through all the Disney Channel original movies. My God, I mean, it's ups and downs. It's a roller coaster ride, folks, and it's a roller coaster ride that you're gonna want to be in on. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter because the best part is right now the Patreon is only $3 a month. You're getting that podcast and a lot more exclusive content that is yet to come. So again, check that out. Patreon.com/snackspot. Hit the link in the episode description. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin' or Quested, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast that we produce over here, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond, okay? The effectiveness of podcast advertising continues to surprise me. Forbes has said that it's up to 19% effective. A lot of it is because I think these things are host-read, and it's different than the more traditional commercials and things that people are used to seeing on TV. But it seems to work, which is why you've got these big companies like McDonald's, State Farms, NASCAR, all advertising on podcasts, all moving into that space and away from, more traditional stuff like TV, commercials, and things like that, whatever. And it's kind of cool. It definitely says a lot because these companies are obviously so massive and their advertising budgets are huge. They're doing spots on like the Super Bowl and things like that. But the problem is there really isn't any space for smaller or local businesses to get in on the action, to see how beneficial and how effective this podcast advertising stuff really is. But that's what we are here for. That's what we're all about. So if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, again, hit us up, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. Okay, now we're getting down to it. Charlie Sheen versus Hasbulla. Okay, let's say, Hasbulla, I mean, by now he's like, what, 21 or something,
I have
probably?
no idea.
Because he was 18
Doesn't
when he
matter.
started like getting famous, but he's a younger man now. Okay, my real thought is, look, honestly, this tournament is about working things out, throwing things out there, figuring it out together. Sometimes it's going to get a little cloudy. Honestly, honest to God, my question is, how quickly could the HIV virus riddle Hasbulla's body?
Charlie Sheen has AIDS?
Yeah, Charlie Sheen he's got HIV at least.
So maybe he doesn't have AIDS.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
I just learned that you got to make the distinction between those two things. I'm getting better.
Here's the thing is that, dude, first of all, I think Hasbulla is probably immune to HIV.
Okay, I like that. He's a T cell. He's a little white blood cell himself.
And I think that Charlie Sheen would be so like unexpecting of Hasbulla.
True.
He'd be like, "Come here, little guy," and he'd like go try to pat him on the head, which shit like that pisses Hasbulla off.
Yeah.
And I think Hasbulla goes for the old dick twist, the old grab his dick and twist it from down low. And I don't think Charlie Sheen's old man balls can handle.
Honestly, Matthew, you're almost talking me out of Hasbulla because Charlie Sheen, the guy's partied so much, right? You don't think Charlie Sheen's beat the fuck out of like a little person a time or two?
But that's the thing. That's not Hasbulla, because Charlie Sheen probably doesn't know who Hasbulla is. And Hasbulla doesn't come off as like one of the little people that like wrestles. You know what I mean?
Right.
He looks like a young child. Like,
yeah, right.
And I think Charlie Sheen would be very unsuspecting and try to.
I agree with
little
that.
kid, like little kid, shoe, and Hasbulla would be like, "What the fuck, dude?"
I agree with that. And anytime you do that to Hasbulla, he's gonna win. The other problem is here, though, the dick twist. Charlie Sheen, a freak, baby. Charlie Sheen, a freak. He might like that. He might like that.
No.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I would love to see Hasbulla fucking jump up and just knock Charlie Sheen's chin. Give him the old 1-2.
Hasbulla might be in some trouble.
So
Who knows? Charlie Sheen was peak famous right around the time where he might be on that list that they're dropping. He might be on the new
Epstein list. That new
Yeah.
Epstein mixtape. New Epstein joints dropping out. Yeah, I hear that shit's gonna be fire. Yeah, could be. Hasbulla is gonna make a run in this. Hasbulla's got a chance to really make a run in this.
No, I'll pull back. I think Charlie Sheen could win this fight.
I think he could win this fight, but which one's gonna win?
Probably, dude. It's tough.
I feel like it's Hasbulla.
Also like
he's
from one of the stands or something.
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
a stand man.
I'm sticking with my guns.
I'm going Hasbulla as well. Look at him. He's loving it.
Hasbulla is number 1.
I beat Charlie Sheen. Okay, Shaggy Rogers versus Fruit by the Foot. What a matchup. Not even close. Shaggy's destroying Fruit by the Foot. Any snack food, Shaggy is taking it down. Go ahead, please. I think I know what you're going to say, and I kind of like it. Go ahead.
I think that simple snacks are definitely Shaggy's enemy, but when Shaggy begins to unwrap the Fruit by the Foot, I have a feeling that it could quickly become tangled around his neck. I think he could be the first person ever to accidentally strangle himself with a Fruit by the Foot.
That's fair. Here's the other problem. I can see him choking on it. I can see him being one of the choking victims because he'll
eat it so fast.
He'll eat it so fast. That's like his whole fucking thing.
Fuck, they got me.
They got you, buddy.
So only the good die.
So as much as when you look at it like stoner versus snack, it's obvious the stoner's going to win.
But
there's so
a bit
many
of a complicated snack.
But there's for a guy like Shaggy, absolutely.
Cheese versus bed sheets, man.
What?
Cheese versus bed sheets. Remember that? You never took stats.
No, I never took stats. So
correlation does not represent causation.
God, I love it. And I think the causation here is that Fruit by the Foot's going to win.
Yeah, me too.
Fucking A.
Sorry, Shaggy.
God damn it. I can't believe it. I really wanted Shaggy to go further in this. but it's fruit by the
My
foot
boy
today, my
wasn't
friend.
built to go farther.
Okay, Danny McBride
It's a great-
versus Doug Dimmadome. What a matchup! Just a couple of Southern fellas going at each other, talking
Dude.
really fast.
I watched. Do you remember the movie Identity Theft?
Yeah, with Melissa
Jason-
McCarthy and Jason Bateman.
Yeah, dude. You remember the guy that Melissa McCarthy bangs in that movie, like Big Joe or something like that?
No, I really don't remember that movie well.
Well, it's on Peacock, and
Yeah.
like I was looking for something light to watch the other day, and that movie was on, and so I put it on, and dude, when I first started it, I thought like it was gonna be a bit of a Paul Blart scenario,
Right.
where like it doesn't really hold. Like it was so funny when we first saw it the first few times, but like we were younger, and like you go back and watch it, and the comedy doesn't really hold.
Paul Blart does hold. I just want that on the record. People,
Dude,
I don't want anybody shitting on that movie
that
anymore.
movie, Identity Theft, is funny as fuck. Very funny. Melissa McCarthy is just funny, but
She had a run.
yeah, there's a dude, and I wish that I could he could be in like a 3-way fight with these two because it would be so funny. I'm gonna look him up, but let's hear your thoughts on this one.
It's kind of difficult. You know, Doug Dimmadome doesn't seem like the kind of rich guy who is afraid to get his hands dirty. Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't know if it's ever revealed, like, how Doug Dimmadome made his money. Obviously, he gets a lot of
He's the
cash
Doug-
by... I
he's
know
the
he's the
Dimmadome.
owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, but he seems like he could be very shrewd in business. Like, he would really screw over anybody with no moral qualms about it. And Danny
This is
McBride...
Big Chuck.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very funny. Eric Stone Street from Modern
Yes.
Family. But Danny McBride...
Here's the
Fuck,
thing.
this is a
Here's my
hard one.
problem with Danny McBride is like the version of Danny McBride that I always imagine is Danny McBride from This Is the End,
Okay, sure.
which I think that version of Danny McBride beats Doug Dimmadome.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. Because I feel like that's a kind... I mean, obviously, like the setup of that movie...
Because I never really watched. What's the show that he's in?
He's a...
Trailer Park Boys.
No,
Oh, are you sure?
positive. He's on Eastbound and Down, which looks
Don't know it.
fairly similar. So any clips of him that you think are Trailer Park Boys,
I've
they'll
never
be
watched
from that show.
either.
I've never really watched it either. Eastbound and Down is a damn funny show, though. And his current show, Righteous Gemstones, unreal. I mean, truly phenomenal. But God,
I'm taking Doug.
You're taking Doug over Danny?
Yeah, he's from Texas.
Danny's
I'm
from
guessing.
somewhere south too.
I like Dan. I don't know it. If it was Danny McBride from This Is the End, if that's who he is in real life, which he does play himself.
He
in
plays
that movie,
himself in that movie.
So I'll take Danny
So I
McBride.
think that's a good.
Yeah, I'll allow it. We're making a slight alteration to that. Danny McBride, as seen in This Is the End, is who I'm basing my thoughts off of.
Fair. Yeah, I just don't see Doug being able to hold his own in fisticuffs at a certain point. I think maybe I think Doug Dimmadome at a certain point was not afraid to get his hands dirty. However, right now he's been living comfortably for too long, and Danny's going to be able to take advantage of that. Moving into the next round.
I was gonna say, before we go on to the next round, quick shout out our new Two in the Cooler Steamboat Willie T-shirts. Just went on sale. Yeah.
Can't beat him.
I sent you a good Steamboat Willie meme. There's been a few of them, like people on Twitter that are like,
sure
"This
I
is
saw
legal now." Hey, I think I texted it to you. But the reason I thought of that was obviously Walt Disney versus Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was a funny tweet.
let's just toss
Not gonna-
Let's just give
I
it to
won't show it
Cocaine
to the
Bear right off
public,
the
but-
bat. Oh yeah. That is top notch.
Yeah, dude, Walt Disney was a Nazi.
Yeah, but that's the thing is Walt Disney thinks that gives him some
Yeah,
clout, but not to
and
Cocaine
Cocaine Bear's
Bear,
just
not to Cocaine Bear, baby. There's only
But doesn't
one white thing
Cocaine
he's
Bear
worried
OD
about.
eventually?
Yeah, eventually.
And Walt Disney was the original cocaine bear, if you ask me. I'm sure he was doing cocaine.
No,
I don't think Walt Disney was doing
I think he
cocaine.
might have been on like amphetamines or something.
Dude, Walt Disney was
but I don't
doing
think he
cocaine.
was on cocaine.
Everybody was doing cocaine.
I don't think he was doing cocaine.
They were selling it in the parks, Coca-Cola.
Okay, that was like a long ass time ago though. Like even pre-Disney, as old as the man would be, were he still alive.
All right, scrolls down.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, Lilo versus Kid Rock.
Lilo,
100%.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're okay. We don't
yeah.
even have to.
No.
I'm so glad.
And
we're
I
on the
like
same
Kid
page.
Rock.
Oh
but
yeah, we've spent
you
a lot of time
went
talking
shirtless
about.
Kid Rock.
Yeah, that's him, dude. Look at him in all his
Yeah, that
glory.
is true.
That's Kid Rock.
Fuck, dude. Dude, I think I feel a little bit disrespectful for that, but I think Kid Rock would admit that Lilo would kick his ass.
100%. 100%. Yeah, Lilo, she's too feisty. The animal's drinkable yogurt versus Rasputin.
I mean, come on, Andy.
It's got to be. It's got to be Rasputin.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah, unless Rasputin's lactose intolerant,
Which
the animal has
he
no
might
chance.
be. But God, I would love to see. Ooh, that's actually a really great matchup. Okay, but Brad Garrett
shit.
versus. Is that fucking thing doing that? Okay, well, I might have to. Okay, I've had to replace these shock things recently. Brad Garrett versus Bagel Bites. Brad Garrett, for anybody listening.
Who is Brad Garrett again?
I knew you were going to ask me. He's the brother from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
He is demolishing those Bagel Bites,
yeah.
dude. Those Bagel Bites don't
stand
stand
Dude,
a
I
chance.
fucking love Bagel Bites 1. Just throwing that out
They
there.
are good. Everybody loves them. That's why Brad Garrett's taking them down so fast.
Yeah, nobody loves him because everybody loves Raymond.
I love Brad Garrett. I absolutely love Brad Garrett to this day. Snoop Dogg versus a Live Strong bracelet.
Snoop
Although
Dogg.
that says Snop Dogg. Sorry to
Snoop
Snop.
Dogg.
Snoop Dogg versus it's got to be Live Strong. That's a cheater. That's a cheater's bracelet, dude.
Yeah.
That's a cheater's bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting that
And
past
Snoop Dogg smokes too much weed to have testicular cancer.
That's fucking. That is. I love that. I love that, Matthew. That is so great. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you know this. It's not going to affect our ruling here, but he quit smoking weed.
No,
Snoop
he
Dogg.
didn't.
Yes, he did.
Andy, that was
a joke.
come on.
He
You really-
posted it on his Instagram. Didn't
I
you
know,
see it?
Andy. It was an ad. For Solo Stove, the smokeless fire pits, dude. It was a commercial. It's been everywhere.
That's hilarious.
Come on.
Matthew. I didn't
You got
know. I
duped?
saw. No, but I didn't get. I guess I did get duped.
You got duped.
But I checked.
You
I
did.
checked my sources though.
What, the day that he posted? It was literally
Yes, I
like 2
did.
days later the commercial came out.
And that's by then I was already
Andy,
long
my
gone,
boy
dude.
Snoop don't quit smoke.
I mean, it sounded crazy to me too, man. Okay, but
Do you know how much they probably paid him to do? He probably didn't even need money because of the amount of publicity that he got for saying he was quitting smoke.
pretty wild. It's pretty
And
wild.
he even the day after, he even posted like a fake like depression post, like
that's what
feeling all natural now, like this the real
Oh,
me.
okay, that's funny.
And then
Yeah.
a day later, he was like, in a
Gotcha.
commercial with Solo Stove.
Okay, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Jordan Belfort. It's Stone Cold all the
Obviously,
way.
yeah,
I
he'll
would
see right through that
again.
bullshit.
I would love that matchup. Yes, because that's a
Yeah.
matchup where Jordan Belfort obviously always so used to being in control, being top of the food chain, and then he gets face to face with an actual apex predator like Mr. Steve Austin.
Yeah,
He's fucking getting
Mr. Cold.
Mr. Cold himself.
Yeah.
He's getting destroyed.
Yeah.
All right. Garfield versus a mariachi band. Ooh. Okay. A regular cat, I say mariachi band wins, but Garfield is so fueled by his anger.
I say the opposite.
You say normal cat potential.
I think a
but
normal
here Garfield's-
cat would wait out a mariachi band. Like, it wouldn't care.
Sure.
But I think the longer a mariachi... I think Garfield would literally shoot himself in the face.
I disagree. I think Garfield's move is, boom, attack him, rabid cat style. You know how cats get. Cats are fucking crazy. But then he's, slicing all their guitar strings so they can't play and stuff like
And then
that.
using him to-
He's feral. I think Garfield takes this one, dude.
I didn't know Garfield got nasty like that. I knew he was
Garfield,
always angry.
Dude, Garfield
But I
gets
didn't know he got, like,
nasty.
physical.
Oh, he
I thought
gets
was
down.
Just pissed off all the time.
No, dude, he gets physical. I mean, that's the thing is, he's like a lazy guy or whatever, but he's always kicking Odie. He's always throwing Nermal around. Like
I didn't know
Garfield
he got
gets
physical.
nasty.
I didn't know he got
in fact
physical.
get nasty.
I definitely
It's
agree with
absolutely
you
Garfield.
in that if he gets physical. I thought he was just lazy, and I thought he would shoot himself in the face.
Garfield does get physical. Okay, here we go. Daphne from Scooby-Doo versus the hash-slinging slasher. Honestly, this one is kind of tough for me because I feel like, to tell you the truth, any heroine going up against a slasher, a killer, like the hash-slinging slasher, I would say he's taking him out. But Daphne, as part of the Scooby-Doo gang, and we all know Velma carries that team, but Daphne, one, knows karate, and two, she's, always messing around with bad guys. Like, this is definitely not her first rodeo. She survived every time after that. I would say this one instance, it's probably Daphne Blake. As much as I don't want that to actually be the case. I want the hash-slinging slasher to win this fight, but my gut's telling me it's Daphne Blake. Go ahead.
Do you remember what happened when we did the hash-slinging slasher on the Who Win of the Week?
Not really.
I threw a shitstorm because the hash-slinging slasher, although is legend, actually ends up being just a nerdy guy with a spatula. And that's what I was pissed about. It's like, but you were like, no, we're doing the legend.
Yes,
we're doing the legend.
Yes,
and
because it's
agree.
like
So if that's the case, if we're doing the legend, there's no way Daphne wins. She's always with she always has other people to bail her out. She's never one-on-one. There's no Daphne movie.
But that's Daphne's whole thing,
there's
though.
no one single. No, she's always with Fred.
Yeah, but that's Daphne's whole thing. Remember the Scooby-Doo movie? She knows karate.
That's not Daphne from the Scooby-Doo movie. That's
True.
Daphne from the cartoons.
That's Daphne Classic.
Yeah. Which Daphne Classic, no offense, I don't know if this word has been canceled, but she's like a bimbo. Is that word not allowed anymore?
I think it's accurate in this case.
Yeah, her in the TV show is a bimbo. She's a little bit of a badass in the movie.
Right.
But not in the
they
TV
kind
show.
of retcon her into the badass, but that's not necessarily
Daphne she has a little Kim Possible in the movies.
Right. But that's fair, especially if we go back and look at her matchup against, because she was against Elle Woods of Legally Blonde. So again, that just kind of, I think, reaffirms that
I would have had to have voted for Elle Woods there, right?
I think so. I really don't remember.
We'll take the hash-slinging slasher.
But I'm glad that the slasher is moving on. I think we've made a good case for that. Okay. Mozzarella sticks versus Carl Weezer.
Mozzarella sticks.
It's mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, Carl Weezer would have an asthma attack and immediately die.
He's probably allergic to every single ingredient in the mozzarella sticks, even if he's not. He's probably allergic to the fucking paper that they come on in the basket. But even if he's not, he's gonna choke on it so fucking fast. I mean, the waiter's not even gonna be able to get his entree.
Especially if it's a stringy one.
Oh yeah, if it's a stringy,
and those
are stringy, baby. Those are some stringy sticks.
Those are good mozz.
I know. I did pick that picture
out of those.
Probably Applebee's.
Yeah, those are the Applebee's.
Davy Jones versus Big Bird. I love the matchup. I think it's a lot of fun.
If it was Big Bird's got a gun, I would take Big Bird.
Sure,
but you got to take Davy Jones.
I think so. Even with Big Bird's stature, even once Big Bird eventually kind of gets into the mix a little bit, Davy Jones, he's just seen too much, dude. He's captain of the Dutchman.
And Big Bird doesn't know shit about Davy Jones' lore. He doesn't have time to find the heart. He has no, you know what I mean?
That's true, dude. If you're trying to get Big Bird to find the heart, good luck. All right, Toucan Sam versus Alfred Pennyworth. How can we go against
we have to pick. We have,
dude.
This
Alfred
is my
probably,
first pander pick of all time.
The night that Bruce's parents died, Alfred probably served him Toucan.
Yeah,
he probably served him Toucan for dinner. It's Alfred all the way, baby. God, he looks so sad in that photo, though.
Yeah, because that's him. That right there is him saying,
"Let's go back
I hope
up.
that day never comes."
Let's go back up to the top. Okay, Mr. Krabs versus Ben 10. Ben 10 is going to be a tough guy to beat going forward because he can change into so. I mean, you fight Ben 10, you're
Mr.
fighting 10
Krabs
different guys.
Also hates. He's petrified of Davy Jones, and Davy Jones kind of looks like Ben 10. You know what I mean? Flying around, little kind of go green thing mode.
Sure. I mean, if you're saying that Mr. Krabs is a superstitious guy.
No, Mr. Krabs is afraid of Davy Jones.
That's the flying.
Oh, the flying Dutchman. Sorry. No, the guy. Yeah,
that's
on the Flying Dutchman is Davy Jones.
No, his name is still the Flying Dutchman.
Oh, in the show it is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, then the Flying Dutchman. I would go with Ben 10 solely because if Mr. Krabs can't even stand up to the Flying Dutchman, who actually turns out to be soft in the show, he's not going to be able to take on one of Ben's many ghostly, ghouly, monstery figures.
You're absolutely right. Mr. Krabs, he's kind of a scaredy cat. You know what I mean?
Very
Like,
much so.
That's a guy who does not do his own dirty work if he can avoid it.
No. Never has, never will.
Okay, Ben 10, moving on. Let's hope this works correctly. Okay, we're in business.
Look at that.
Goodwill Hunting versus peanut M&Ms. It's Will, baby. He's trashing those peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, he's dumbing them.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
He's fucking bagging them, on his way to teach that professor.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what's good?
How you like them peanut M&Ms?
Hasbulla versus Ricky Bobby. I got to tell you, I think I'm taking Hasbulla again because Ricky Bobby, he's dumb.
And
we've seen so many times Ricky Bobby. I mean, there's so many times in that movie alone where Ricky Bobby, like, for all intents and purposes, basically sticks his head into the beehive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Very self-inflicting.
And he's not seeing Hasbulla. If Charlie Sheen's not seeing Hasbulla coming, Ricky Bobby has no idea.
Not a chance.
It's Hasbulla taking this one. That would be such a hilarious fight. It'd be a great one.
If Hasbulla wins the Tournament of Champions,
it'd be big.
It'd be the best day of my life.
It's possible, man. Okay, Fruit by the Foot versus Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks takes it down.
You think Jar Jar Binks takes down Fruit by the Foot?
My boy's tongue is a Fruit by the Foot.
Ooh. But he's so clumsy. He's so stupid. If you're talking about Shaggy getting mixed up by Fruit by the Foot, Jar Jar Binks doesn't stand a goddamn chance.
Yeah, but even if Jar Jar Binks gets tangled up in it, he's not going to choke her on it or die on it or trip on it and fall down a hill. Like, he'll be okay.
That's exactly what he's going to do.
It could start to choke him. It could start to strangle him. It could trip him, but it wouldn't kill him. Like, it wouldn't take him down. He would.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. And and you're right about it, but it doesn't make me any less angry. Fucking Jar Jar Binks.
It's not going to be his demise. He's a weird-ass alien that can live underwater.
I mean, he's been through. I mean,
he's
seen
with a lot of shit,
he's been,
man.
and he, fucking somehow he keeps going. That's like his whole thing. Okay, Danny McBride versus Nelson Muntz. Great fight. Kind of, two bullies raggedly. I do think this is a situation where, because we've seen it before in The Simpsons many times, Nelson, he's the big fish. He's used to being the big fish, coming up, getting whatever he wants. When he's really got to go toe-to-toe with a guy bigger and badder, who like does not give a shit like about his feelings. Yeah,
and I think Danny would fire first. Danny would see Nelson looking at him weird and be like, "What the fuck do you want, twerp?" And it would instantly put Nelson on defense mode, and it would not end well for Nelson.
Danny McBride has no qualms about punching a child.
No,
that is certain. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's a good one. As much as I hate to see Nelson go, that's for sure.
True.
Okay, Cocaine Bear versus the Great Hambino. You know, it's Cocaine Bear. However,
I do wish it was Ham.
Hambino, he's... I mean, I feel like you could say... Because actually, Cocaine Bear, if you recall, his opponent during the year was the Beast, who Ham was a part of beating, but... not that much, and they didn't even really
Cocaine
beat
Bear
that
versus
dog.
the Beast, the dog?
Yeah, that
from
was
the Sandlot.
Yeah, that was the battle. That was the battle we did. Yeah, and but Ham doesn't really get too involved in that fight, and if it takes 9 guys to quote unquote beat the Beast.
And the Beast took down Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
PEMDAS. That's PEMDAS.
That's PEMDAS, baby. This is a classic PEMDAS fight right here.
Yeah. The transitive property.
Oh, yeah. I love the way you sounded that out, Matthew. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Okay, Lilo versus Yoshi. What do you think?
I think Lilo.
I still kind of think Lilo.
Dude, Lilo bodies Stitch.
She tamed Stitch, yeah. So she's used to
and
little.
And she's gonna think the same thing. Like she's gonna think Yoshi's cute, even when Yoshi's punching her with her tongue. Like she likes to roughhouse like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's Yoshi. I'm sorry, it's Lilo.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Heavyweight matchup coming up next.
Dude, this is truly historic. Like they could write papers on this fight. Rasputin versus Michael Myers. Now, just in case anybody doesn't know, and maybe to refresh you, but I think you remember this. So Rasputin, he was kind of like the Tsar Nicholas. He was kind of like their family doctor, but he was doing some like weird kind of mystical stuff. Yeah. And really, at the end of the day, Rasputin,
kind of a priest, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was kind of a priest. He was it was a very strange kind of dude. So what happened was, at the end of the day, it turns out Rasputin, huge dick, by the way, one of the biggest in history, was just having sex with everybody's wife. So a bunch of guys, they get together and they're like, we're going to kill Rasputin. So they beat him up. They take him to like some river or lake, or I don't know if there's swamps in Russia, but they take him to something like that. They shoot him, I want to say 4 times. Don't quote me on that. Maybe it's a little less, but I want to say they shoot him at least 4 times, leave his body. You know, they're like, good, fuck that guy, Rasputin's gone. Next day, they're all sitting around having their little highfalutin tea or whatever. Doors burst open. It's Rasputin. He comes in and he kills all of them. Michael Myers and Rasputin are basically the same fucking guy. They've both cheated death so many times.
I'm taking Michael Myers.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's Michael Myers, dude. Rasputin. See, here's the thing. Rasputin's lore.
Mm-hmm. You don't
could
know
be
how
a
much
little
of it-
fugazi. And I'm not saying all of it is.
Yeah.
But there could be some fugazi behind it. Michael Myers, I mean, it's well documented that my boy, they keep killing him and he's just still not dead.
You know what?
They locked him in a basement and lit the whole house on fire.
What a fucking crazy matchup this is. This is another
And my
one.
boy lived.
I don't remember what the other one was, but we've had maybe a couple of these matchups already so far where it's like anybody else,
And like, how is
he could take him
Rasputin
down.
Like, how is Rasputin gonna hurt Michael Myers in the like this? Because like this is the thing. Like Michael Myers Michael Myers, he would get like this is how I imagine it. Sorry for the stutter. Michael Myers is just doing his slow walk at Rasputin, and Rasputin's all angry, like yells at him, like picks him up and like tries to like break him over a rock, and like Michael Myers lays there face down on the ground for a second, and Rasputin like turns around. And then he looks back, and Michael Myers is just sitting up, walking towards him again. And, like, eventually, like, Michael Myers is just going to just stab the shit out of him. And Michael Myers don't miss when he starts stabbing. Like, those guys, maybe they didn't hit the right, spots with the bullets. Not Michael Myers. He's going.
I do think there's going to be a point in this fight where Rasputin realizes that he's met his match.
Yeah. And I think he might even accept it.
Crazy.
Like, Rasputin might be the kind of guy to
that.
be like, you know what? Like, this is you. Just
Yeah.
he goes down on 2 knees and just does one of these.
It's exactly what I see happening.
Yeah.
Michael Myers does win this fight, but in a way, Rasputin still tries to at least
Honorable.
go out on his own
Yeah,
terms
honorably.
a little bit. But yeah, it's Michael Myers. God bless that fucking next matchup. Good luck. Okay, Brad Garrett versus Hubie Halloween. Now, listen to me. There's no way Hubie Halloween's getting kicked out in his first fight. There's no way. Against Brad Garrett, Brad Garrett, big guy, he would definitely bully Hubie Halloween.
But Hubie Halloween's been dealing with that his whole life.
If there's
Hubie
one
Halloween
thing,
was built to fight Brad Garrett.
He really
I'm not disagreeing with you. I knew that you were going to come into this one passionate.
Yes.
But I'll side with you. Hubie Halloween can take this fight.
It's 100%. He's got that thermos going. Brad Garrett, of course, is going to go in underestimating Hubie, just like everybody does. But Hubie is taking it without a doubt. Now, Snoop Dogg versus Roz from Monsters, Inc. I think I'm taking Roz because I feel like Snoop Dogg doesn't do anything Snoop Dogg doesn't want to do. But if there's one person who could kind of put the fear of God in him a little, make sure he gets that paperwork in on time, it's Roz.
See, I think the exact opposite. I think Snoop Dogg is the only person that could charm Roz. Dude, Snoop Dogg is the smoothest man to ever do it, Andy.
I didn't think about that.
Roz would be in love with him.
I didn't even think about that one.
And honestly, Snoop's a dog. He might do it just to get the perks, right? He might take down Roz just to reap the benefits of it afterwards. And his response would be like, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, man.
Damn. That is the thought I did not have on that one. Fuck. Snoop Dogg moves on. Snoop-a-loop. Snap Dog.
D-O-double-G, baby.
Snap Dog. I got the 2 G's.
Snap
I was
Dogg.
so focused on the 2
The 2
G's.
G's that you only went 1-0.
Yep. All right, Stone Cold versus Shia LaBeouf. I think Shia LaBeouf is coming into this fight being like, I am going to win.
Yeah, way too confident.
I feel like he's going to be coming in like, finally, a worthy opponent for
Yeah.
me, Shia
And then he's just
LaBeouf.
gonna
And then, boom, just fucking
knocked
Stone
out.
Cold stunner.
Yeah, one time
right
bombed.
to him.
I don't even know if that's a Stone Cold Steve Austin move.
I don't think
But
so.
yeah,
It should be somebody's move, but it's Stone Cold, baby.
I think that's a move.
He's taking a, he's a warrior. He's taking this one. Are you looking up you're looking up what'd you say? The wonton?
Oh no, Wonton Bombs is from Chowder, the TV show.
Nice.
That's where I know that from.
Love chowder.
It's actually a Chowder episode.
I hope everybody had a good Knishmas. Okay, Garfield versus Stiltman. You know, you know how I feel about Stiltman,
I'm gonna take Garfield.
but I kind of want to take Garfield on this because I do feel like Garfield, just by his very nature being a cat, could take down Stiltman. You know what I mean? Like he's
weaving
in and out of
yeah.
Stiltman's legs, and Stiltman's like, "Whoa, what the hell's going on?" And
Trips and falls.
he's
Yeah, and I
He's
still
done.
don't. Stiltsman is so fugazi to me because
You're crazy.
all the lore on him is just incorrect.
What are you talking about?
Like there's everything on the internet, every forum you'll ever find says he's like. Remember, he was like 60 feet tall and can walk like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then the freaking Marvel Encyclopedia says he's like on like average size stilts. He's like 10 feet tall.
He's just on regular surface
Yeah.
performer stilts. Okay, Hash Slinging Slasher versus R2D2.
Come on, man. You know the answer. Click the button.
You think it's R2?
Mm-hmm. It's got to be R2, Andy.
It's just interesting to me though because it's really, this is where the shortcomings of the Hash Slinging Slasher kind of start to show themselves because I feel like when you have a slasher character like that, even Michael Myers, it's like going up against a robot. It's a whole different kind of thing.
R2 is a very smart, and he's got tools.
Yeah.
Like he would use he would zap.
Yeah, just zap
He
him.
would zap the Hash
Completely
Slinging
just zap
Slasher.
him.
Yeah.
All right, R2 is moving on. I love it. I'm glad the slasher at least
Yeah. Got through.
got through
He
a
made it
little
around.
Mozzarella Sticks versus Groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons.
Groundskeeper Willie.
You know what? Okay, here's
Like,
how I
he's
see.
probably
Here's
eaten so
how I
much
see
greasy
this.
food in his day.
That's true.
Even though he's ripped.
Yes, that's true. But here's how I kind of see this fight going: is I feel like if the mozzarella sticks are right out of the fryer, I mean they're fucking super fresh. They're so hot, right? He takes a bite. He's like, oh my god, it's so hot. You devil sticks, whatever.
And then he instantly takes another one.
But he just keeps wolfing him down. Yes, he's like, oh, this hurts so much. Yeah, and I think yes, despite the beating that he might take, Groundskeeper Willie is definitely taking this one still. Is still winning the fight. Groundskeeper Willie moves on. Davy Jones versus Short Round. Short Round, we love you. We love you. And you know what? The kid can hold his own in a lot,
Dr. Jones.
He doesn't get thrown off. Davy Jones. He doesn't get thrown off a lot no matter what environment he's in. The kid rolls with the punches. But it's Davy Jones, dude.
Yeah, but see, to me,
Short Round on his own.
unlike Big Bird, Davy Jones has been stealing and like hiding and running through the
Short
streets.
round, you mean.
Short Rounds has been stealing and hiding and running through the streets his whole life, outrunning the criminals. I think that Short Round could get the key, find the chest, and stab the shit out of it.
He has been trained by the best as far as finding artifacts go.
I mean, that's it right there.
Short Round moves on. I kind of love that
And
take.
Davy Jones is a cocky asshole. Like, Davy Jones would be
That's
like,
true.
you child.
Yeah. I feel like Davy Jones would be like, you can't even serve on my
ship.
And Short Round's like, I don't need to. Alfred Pennyworth versus Oscar the Grouch.
Alfred
It's Alfred.
on.
It's Alfred
Yeah.
100%. Because I think that Oscar, as grumpy and grouchy, obviously, as he is, if anyone can wear that man down, Alfred has limitless patience.
Yeah.
Completely limitless.
Yeah.
Dealing with Batman, I mean,
And so many good one-liners.
it's Alfred all the way. And he's, smart, too, obviously. Okay, let me...
Let's go up to the top here.
Yeah, we'll go up to the top. I'm going to go scroll down just so I could move.
Oh, yeah.
Move this bad boy over a little
Yeah,
bit.
keep sliding. All right, scroll it up.
Okay. Okay. Up next, we have Ben 10 versus Will Hunting. Okay, again, Ben, he's turned into aliens and stuff. However,
I think that Will could, if because remember Ben 10s can only stay as a monster for so long, and I think that if Ben can, or if Will Hunting can last that out, he would easily, or even if he can't, I think he could figure out a way to make Ben's bracelet be obsolete. Like I think he could find a way to.
I don't know about that. I do think though
using
that
mathematical equations, Andy.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible. I mean that alien technology is still too advanced.
No, I know, but it's still the bracelet is still
the Omnitrix.
The Omnitrix is still like it's
still technology,
it's
but
a
it's
machine.
Alien technology.
I know, but dude, if anybody,
but it's almost organic. It's almost kind of organic.
But he knows organic chemistry too.
Sure.
He does.
I agree that
organic chemistry
Will. I agree that Will wins this fight. However, I think it's less about the bracelet. I think it's more about the fact that Ben 10 is a child. Because I could see Will doing some kind of mind games to keep Ben from turning into an alien, to keep Ben in that childlike, in his child body or whatever. So I could see Will winning that way, and I do agree that Will wins this fight. His approach, maybe we see things a little differently on there, but I do think Will takes that one. Hasbulla versus Jar Jar Binks. Come on, dude. You think Jar Jar's taking this one? Because I don't. Not even close. All right. Good. I would love to see Hasbulla whip the shit out of Jar Jar. I think it would take him. He would do it so quickly. Danny McBride versus Cocaine Bear. You know what? I think I'm still going Cocaine Bear on this one.
It's the closest that Cocaine Bear.
It really is.
It's pretty much Cocaine Bear versus Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, but it's just
one of them doesn't have as big of teeth.
Yeah, and that's really the deciding factor here. So Cocaine Bear. Yeah, I mean, which one's which right there, baby? That's the same picture to me. Okay, Cocaine Bear continues. Lilo versus Michael Myers. Here's the thing: if it were certain other,
if it was anybody else evil,
then again, Lilo has a chance to change it.
Michael Myers does not give a fuck that she's a little girl.
He really doesn't, and
it doesn't matter how far she runs or how many trees she hides in Hawaii.
Yeah,
Michael Myers will still be slowly walking and catching up to her.
Whatever island she hops to, Michael Myers is finding his way there.
I don't know if Michael Myers swims, but
he just walk on the bottom of the fucking ocean floor, dude.
That is true.
Okay, who's that? Hubie Halloween versus Snoop Dogg. This one's tough for me. I'll be honest. This one's kind of tough for me because I feel like Hubie would love, again, that Snoop Dogg charisma, man. It'd be too tough to beat. And all Snoop Dogg's got to do is blow a little weed in his face, and Hubie's like, really? I don't know what's going on. So as much as I love Hubie, it's Snoop Dogg, and I'm not happy about
Snap
it.
Doge.
It's Snap Dob. It's Snap Dob, baby. God damn it, Hubie. Let me just look at him for 1 second.
Nah. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G. Snap Dogg.
Okay, Stone Cold versus Garfield.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I think it's Stone Cold, baby. Garfield. He's done very well.
One people's elbow.
Yeah,
Garfield's so flattened.
Yeah, but Stone Cold's not gonna be intimidated by Garfield. Garfield doesn't stand.
He's gonna be like, go eat some lasagna, fat ass. 3 beers, 4 beers.
This fight I kind of like. Now here's the two sides that I see this fight. First and foremost, groundskeeper Willie, used to dealing with machines, always getting his hands in things. However, as you mentioned, and as we all know is true, R2-D2, very smart.
Sophisticated.
Groundskeeper Willie,
not that smart.
Not that smart. Not that sophisticated.
I think R2 wins.
I think R2 is really good.
I think R2
he's going to trick him
play
somehow.
Broken. Yeah, squirt oil out of his side, and Willie would be like, oh, I got to fix this in your machine. And then just kill him in his sleep.
It's R2, baby. R2's taking this one. Short round versus Alfred Pennyworth. Now, I'm taking Alfred on this one, baby.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Because as much as, there's that obvious comparison of sort of the prim and proper butler versus this more street orphan kid. But raising Bruce Wayne, and again, Alfred's patience, It's Alfred on this one.
I agree.
Against most people of Alfred's kind, class level, that sort of echelon. Short round, I could see definitely kind of taking them for a spin, but not Alfred, baby, not Alfred. You got to get up very early. We're flying through this tournament, dude.
No, we're making actually perfect time, just so you know.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah.
Okay, Will Hunting versus Hasbulla. This is interesting because I feel like this is actually the one really the first fight where, well, I guess not the peanut, aside from the peanut M&Ms, but where Will's brain power is not really going to play a factor. I really see this as coming down to full-on fisticuffs.
And I think that Will still wins that.
That's a good call. That's a good call. Once Will realizes, okay, this little guy is relentless. Once Will's like, okay, these are the rules, fine with me, he's taken down.
R.I.P. Hasbulla.
Damn. Hasbulla is not going to like that. He's not going to like that he lost to that janitor. But Cocaine Bear versus Michael Myers. I mean, an unstoppable force versus an immovable object. Dude, who wins this?
Michael Myers. Andy, for multiple reasons.
Okay,
One,
please.
He's just going to navigate his way through the woods slowly walking, and the bear's just not even going to be able to catch him. And, like, Michael Myers has, like, this thing, the energy, the aura behind him. Animals don't fuck with him.
Ooh. That's honestly all you needed to do to swing me.
Yeah.
Was that, because you're absolutely right. And Cocaine Bear, regardless of how much cocaine he's got, he's still a bear.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right about that animal thing. Animals do not fuck with Mr. Mike Myers. Or Michael Myers. Michael. Moving on. Oh, God. Dude, I think Michael Myers is probably going to end up. Ooh, okay, a couple of good ones here. Stone Cold versus Snoop Dogg. You know what? I think I'm taking Stone Cold because I feel like
too.
WWE, not so much in Stone Cold's era because, I mean, he did smash the beers and stuff, but I feel like there's still a little bit of that WWE thing where it's just like oiled up muscular guys being like, don't do drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Even though they were all doing drugs.
Doing drugs. And
I feel
Snoop
like back in Snoop's day, maybe he would have had a better chance. But, yeah, Stone Cold snapping him over his knee.
I mean, he's so skinny. Yeah. There's nothing he can do.
Snop, D-O-double-G. Thank God Snop doesn't win, because imagine we had to put that on the graphic. Snap Dog wins.
No. R2 versus Alfred. This is kind of a fun one. Okay, I gotta take a step back here and think about this.
Here's the thing.
I think Alfred is gonna. I think they're gonna like each other.
Yeah.
Actually.
They'd be best friends. Oh my God, yeah. Here's the thing. If Mr. Fox, that's his name, right?
Lucius Fox.
Yeah. If Lucius Fox wasn't like a character in Batman per se, I would say Alfred wins this fight. Because Alfred is technologically savvy.
For sure.
But he's not the brains behind the operation. Like,
as far as the gizmos
and gadgets go. And I feel like he probably could figure out R2-D2 with a little tinkering, but I think R2 could kind of assist his way into getting Alfred a little too comfy with him.
Play the long game a little bit.
Yeah.
My gut is telling me that R2 wins this fight, but I don't necessarily agree with that reasoning. Just because Alfred being employed by the most paranoid man ever to exist.
Yeah, but
he's still, I mean, if anything, actually now that might flip me over to fucking Alfred, because if R2's playing the long game.
Well, not necessarily the long game, but like R2's not coming out in attack mode. He's like,
sure,
because it's not like Alfred's in the Batcave when he's taking on this fight and he has like an EMP that he can throw at him.
He might have a tiny little something though. I could see
he's got no EMPs.
in those minutes, however brief they may be. I can see Alfred doing kind of.
That's not allowed. You can't just start pulling weapons in.
Yeah, but I'm talking about just a little like boop, like one of those tiny little boops.
And a little boop EMP. No, he doesn't. Alfred doesn't have any of those.
He could have something.
How many times have we been doing this? who would win the week. You can't just start adding weapons in.
That's fair. All right, based on what we know about Alfred, it's R2.
Yeah. Or else you could, it's R2. Because he doesn't have any weapons.
Okay. All right, this is the final four.
The semifinal.
Oh gosh, what a bunch of matchup here we've got. Okay, so starting, Goodwill Hunting versus
The Goodwill versus
Goodwill.
Michael Myers.
Goodwill Hunting versus Michael Myers.
So
is Will gonna be able to take him down?
Here's the thing.
How?
Here's the thing is like psychologists have never been able to crack Michael Myers except for that one guy. His doctor.
Oh yeah, Doctor I can't remember his
who
name
ends
all of a
up
sudden.
also being a lunatic because he lets him free again.
Yeah, he's pretty wild.
But
Loomis? Yeah. Dr. Loomis.
I almost think that if anybody could get into Michael Myers' head, it could be Will Hunting. I think this is Michael Myers' toughest task yet.
100%. When we think about like you said, Michael Myers, no one's really been able to crack what's going on in that dude's head. Please interrupt. Go for it.
Because everybody runs away from Michael Myers. And I don't think Will Hunting would. I think he would sit there still leaning up against the wall, smoking the cigarette, saying, "What's your deal?"
I agree. I think Michael Myers would be really kind of fascinated by Will Hunting. I think he'd be like, "This is a very curious creature I'm putting my eyes on right here." And there's a chance that in that moment Will finds a way to make the most. But Michael Myers, he can't be killed.
I know. Michael Myers wins this fight, but I think that Michael Myers doesn't go full slasher death. Like every once in a while, he'll take his time with one.
Yeah,
and I think that would be
a Will
Hunting.
It's a Will situation. Yeah, I do think that Will.
Like if for whatever reason Will got away from Michael Myers in their first encounter, it would become like a situation like the woman, like his sister, whoever the girl, where he's like fascinated with eventually killing Will Hunting.
I feel as though Will Hunting is the Leonidas to Michael Myers' Xerxes, right? In 300, Leonidas, the Spartans, they lose, but Leonidas throws that spear and gets Xerxes, and it's like, he bleeds. He does bleed.
Yeah,
and I think Will Hunting, although he's just not going to be able to take it at the end of the day, I think he's going to get some great punches in. So good for Will Hunting, but
Michael Myers.
The hunting has become the hunted. Yeah, let's let that one sit for a second. All right. Oh, God, Michael Myers going to the finals. Okay, Stone Cold versus R2-D2. I'm taking Stone Cold, dude. I know R2's got all his tricks. I know R2's got all his tricks, but I'm saying the second the bell sounds, those two are in the ring. Stone Cold is not even thinking. He's running over and just lifting R2 above his head and just throwing him into the crowd.
And R2's going to be like, and he's going to try to run away.
Yes,
yeah.
and I
actually will
think
agree with you there. I'll take Stone Cold there.
Which means we have our finals here. We have the matchup, the final matchup of the year.
Which means that
Michael Myers versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Which means that Michael Myers is officially
Whoa.
the champion.
Hang on, Matthew, because maybe, but before we get into that, we have to do the rejected who wins before we have our final discussion here.
Okay.
As obvious as it may seem, there's still a little bit of now. Okay, as is tradition every year, before we do our championship matchup, I would like to go through a few of the rejected who would win ideas. What are you looking at me like that for?
Stretching my neck.
Oh, okay. I would like to go through some of the rejected who would win of the week ideas. As we all know, I'm always texting Matthew, who's it going to be? And there's been some like Stiltsman, who I'm always trying to put up, but who Matthew says no to. There's another who I have put up a lot this year that Matthew has just fully been like, absolutely not. And I put this guy up pretty much every week, which is a fault of my own. But rejected fights from this year, and then you tell me who you think would win. Hulk Hogan versus a maple tree.
A maple tree.
Interesting. I mean, it's a hard wood. It's a hard wood.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan versus Burgermeister Meisterburger.
Burgermeister.
You think Burgermeister's being Hulk Hogan?
He's a Nazi.
And the Nazis win? You're crazy. The Nazis lose, dude.
Yeah, but they were ruthless.
Look at history. Yeah, but Hulk Hogan is a fucking
What's
savage.
next?
We're
Come
talking
on.
prime Hogan, dude. He's
I know.
coked up. He's gonna
Blonde.
tear Burgermeister
Yeah, red
Meisterburger
headband on.
literally
Yeah.
in
No,
half. He's gonna tear him in half. He's gonna peel him like a potato. Okay, this one's a little different. Hulk Hogan versus Jonah Hill from Moneyball.
Jonah Hill for Moneyball.
Matthew, you have to. You can't just say that.
I'm not.
What is your reasoning for this?
Because, Andy, if you've watched Moneyball, you know that if you get rid of who do they get rid of? Matt Damon. What's the baseball player's name?
Oh, Johnny Damon.
Johnny Damon. If you get rid of Johnny Damon, you're not going to be able to replace him with another Johnny Damon. You need to find the pieces along the way to add up to Johnny Damon's earned runs and whatever, all that stuff. That's
Right.
how Jonah Hill will win that fight. He knows that he can't just go attack Hulk Hogan like Hulk Hogan's going to attack him. He has to add his attributes together to equal what Hulk Hogan's going to bring.
All right.
Boom.
I'm furious, but that's fine. Okay. Hulk Hogan versus Terry Boella.
I don't know who Terry Bollea is.
That's Hulk Hogan's real name.
Pass. Stupid. It's
No,
like
it's
Hootie
not
versus-
stupid.
No, it's dumb.
The only difference,
dumb.
the only canonical difference between the two, Matthew, is that Hulk Hogan, again, canonically, has a 13-inch penis, whereas Terry does not. That's the only difference between them. All right, next one. Hulk Hogan versus Bartholomew Cubbins and his 500 hats.
Who's that?
It's from a Dr. Seuss book where this guy has 500 hats on his head.
500 hat guy.
Honestly, I agree with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, the final rejected who would win of the week fight from this past year. You've been very patient, so I do appreciate that. 9/11 versus Hulk Hogan.
I mean, that's obvious. It's the first one.
You don't want to say
No, I
9/11?
won't say it.
Okay, well, let me just put this to you. If Mark Wahlberg were on that plane, he would have stopped it. Let's say Hulk Hogan's in the same situation. You don't think Hulk Hogan could stop
No.
it better than Mark Wahlberg?
No.
You know what? I don't know where I stand on that either, but I'm just putting that out to you, the viewer. If Mark Wahlberg could have stopped 9/11, again, PEMDAS, could Hulk Hogan have done it? It depends on where you put the fucking parentheses, dude. I don't know. And that is all the rejected who would win fights from this past year.
What a year it's been.
What a wild year it's been, baby. And now it's all culminated to this. Michael Myers versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Both two all-time theme song battle.
Wow.
Yeah, this is an all-time theme song
the
battle.
soundtrack to this fight is truly off the charts.
The walkouts would be great.
Oh, my God. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely all time. You'd be putting that on before you go out to the bars every weekend
Yeah.
for sure. But, Matthew, you are correct.
Unfortunately, it is what it is. It's
You
back
know.
to the Jedi scenario. There's always one, Andy.
There's always one.
But that's the thing is what I'll have to say that actually brought some life and some confidence back into the Who Would Win of the Week Tournament of Champions for me this year because when I first saw Davy Jones on there, I was like, fuck,
That's a tough one
how
to
are
beat.
you gonna same with Ben 10, how are you gonna do that? But both those guys lost. Michael Myers is just a killing machine.
Yeah.
And so he rightfully so deserves to win the Tournament of Champions.
He really did, I would say, have the easiest time of any competitor on this board. Really, just that
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear. That's true.
Well, both
But
his
Mike Myers
last
can
two
beat him.
fights, but
Yeah.
I mean, the Elite Eight and the Final Four were both difficult for him.
Good battles, man. Good battles. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
Who else did he have? Who zoom out for me?
okay.
Go back. I'm curious to see if there's anybody on there. Well, first of all, congratulations to Michael Myers.
I'll put him in. I'll select him as the winner later. Oh wow, that's making the bracket way too small.
No,
All right,
I
there
just
you go.
wanted to go. I didn't mean, yeah.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
nobody really, I don't think would have stood a chance against him. Michael Myers, everybody.
There he is, the champion of the day.
Is it 2023 or is it 2024?
It's 20. I don't know. I always put the year that we
It
like
should be
do
the
it in, so it is
2023.
2023.
Tournament of Champions champion
Right.
Michael Myers.
Yeah. But he's getting crowned in 2024. So.
But he's
what
the
are you gonna
champion
do?
from 2023.
He is the champion from 2023.
Yeah. It's like this year you win the 2023 national championship.
Okay.
Even
Again,
though the national championship game is played 24. Same with the Super Bowl. Like I know the Super Bowls are numbered for that reason, but it's the
Okay.
2023 Super Bowl.
Well, we'll
even though
change
it'll
it.
be
We'll
played in
change it.
2024.
We'll
Because it's a 2023 season.
start doing it right. Maybe we'll do it right this year.
Couple
I
more
don't know.
clicks for Michael, everybody.
Yeah, great job, Michael Myers, folks. Wow.
And a hell of a year, Andy.
Truly,
Hell of a
truly.
year.
It's a lot
Another
of names.
52 Eppies in the books.
Yeah.
51 for me. Shorted you one this year, as we know. Shout out to fucking, what's that woman's name?
Condoleezza Rice.
Matilda?
Medea?
Medea.
Yeah.
Shout out to Medea. No clue who she is. I'm glad we got rid of her early. Fuck Medea.
Dude, I thought. See,
no.
that's the thing. You know, there's so many names on this list, and again, I never have any idea who's gonna win. Like I would have thought so many other people would have made good runs in this, but which is also why I'm kind of glad it was all done randomly this year.
Yeah.
It's kind of random, the old system.
Well, because we do like
It's like
first
boom,
and
boom,
last,
boom.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is
Yeah.
nice. This is way different.
Andy,
There it
Happy
is.
New Year.
Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to you folks.
All the listeners, hope you're having a great start to your new year. Yeah, let's run it back.
Another tournament
52 more,
champions
baby.
in the
Come on now.
books. There
Come on
it
now.
is.
Keep. All right, Andy. I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.